Okay. My name's Angela Schmitz, and I'm applying for the MC of ISEC United States again. Fuck. Yes. I'm doing it. I don't know what to say though about why. So why? Why am I doing this again? Well, I've learned so much in the last 6 months. I've learned like what it means to be on an MC and like how much struggles we have to be able to support the network, but also the network has a lot of needs. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of addicted to coaching and supporting the network. And you know, that's why I'm applying for organizational development this time and not marketing. I want to take it a step further. But who am I? Ohio. I'm 22. I'm an Aries. I'm a type 2 Enneagram, which means I overly help everyone, even at my own expense. Did you know I used to be a painter? I almost went to art school, but here I am, working with data. What else? People say I can't work. So what did I learn in the last 6 months? Well, I implemented this thing called marketing directors, and that took a lot of strategy, a lot of research, and a lot of change management, and I think that's something that is an important skill to have. I also learned, like, I don't know, synergy? And like how important it is and how amazing it feels to have synergy with multiple people on the team, and specifically a very important person. Her name's Lexi. Can't. Bitch. Okay. But also with a very important person named, like, Camilla, I think. I forget her name. And anyway, she's been really incredible, and I think it's something that is important for OD to know specifically is how does synergy work and what are the outcomes of that as well, and how do you create that inside of a JD. And her and I were able to do that really well this term, and I think it's something that is important to continue into the next term.
Synergy.
So what are my ideas for this term? I want to restructure the way we do network support, because I want to get us the right information at the right time. So what if we added a monthly SONA where we aligned the NMS, the NFS, the audits, and all the other things we have to report on to be due on the same day?
For ISEC US!
I also want to add structure and a flow to the way that our NSTs and LCDs support the network. So what if we actually aligned all of this data collection to how they support you? Put it in 3 phases of diagnosis, a review and account your plan, and then follow up. So when the monthly SONA is due, we get this report of all the data. They can diagnose the issues with you on a call, set action steps. Then they can review them to see how things are going and make more plans. And then at the end of the month, follow up to hold us all accountable. Now let's talk about that OD model. See, right now, it's only measuring us on doing more exchange, just on approvals, but we all know we care about more than just that. And if an LC is doing 10 approvals versus 30 approvals, there's still more things that to factor in for them to be able to upscale. So what if we also measured things that are like faster or better, like our completes or our process time inside of the model to push LCs to be able to upscale? So let's talk about some health criteria. Right now, our current model keeps everybody on the same level of health criteria. We measure 8 metrics, and 6 of them are literally the same number for all of the tiers. But we all know health is different between tiers and clusters. LCs that are performing at 10 approvals have a different health than LCs that are performing at 50. And we need to make sure we have a model that shows that. So I was LCD for 2 startups. I've coached a lot of startups, and hell, I was LCP of a startup. Look, I get it. I know what it's like to be at that state. And I know what it's like to do like 2 exchanges in a year. And I know the work that it takes to be able to do more. And so I want to create a startup model for our expansions and startups finally, because this is something that always gets put off, and I really want to make sure it's a priority in my term. So what about my ISEC experience? Well, I started off as a marketing member in a startup where we only had a few members and a few exchanges. And then I was a member for a while, and then they asked me to be LCP, and I ran and I got it. So I was LCP of a startup. And then I wasn't done, so I kept doing things like LCD coach, which was coaching presidents, and I did that for an entire year. And one position wasn't enough for me, so then I did a few more inside that same year where I was a seater for the MC, I was on a bunch of OCs, and I held all these different roles, and I learned a lot in them. And honestly, I'm still here. And why is that? It's because I really have a passion for ISEC. I've gone on exchange, I've done all these different experiences, and every single time I found a new part of me. And I want that for other people. I want to keep creating that for more ISECers. And I think organizational development is helping me make bigger LCs that impact more people. And that's the whole point. Well, that's all the time I have for now. You know, marketing's not going to do itself, so I got to head back to the spreadsheets.